Welcome to Season 2, Episode 7 of Cooley's Corner.
Today we're going to be talking about how to stay safe when traveling over spring break.
It is one of our favorite times of the school year because not only do we get a much-needed break, but it also means we're in the home stretch before summer break.
During these long breaks, many families travel abroad, so it's important to stay safe and have safety practices in mind when traveling and anywhere that is unfamiliar.
Let's get started. Many families are planning on traveling for spring break. For those who are traveling by plane, what are some airport safety tips for kids?
Well, the main thing to do is just stay alert. You want to watch your luggage, your belongings. You don't want to let anybody but uniform airline personnel handle your bags because, as we know, if somebody gets your bag, they could put something in it and you have a whole bunch of headaches that you don't need to deal with on an enjoyable vacation, the beginning of it.
When traveling, when you encounter a public demonstration or protest, what should you do?
Well, the main thing to do is just avoid confrontation with the demonstrators or protesters. And if your way is obstructed, you want to find an alternate route. You want to avoid the situation, completely because once again, you want to enjoy your vacation and you never know what's going to happen when you get to your destination. So just always be, aware of that. Just avoid confrontation.
What sort of emergency plan should a family have in place while they're out of town in case they get separated, or is there a natural disaster or anything else?
Well, it's the same thing as, say, if you don't go on a vacation with your family, you just, you don't go out of state or even if you just do something locally. The main thing you want to do is you want to create a rally or meeting place. You always want to have some place, if something goes wrong, you meet here, say like a food court or something like that, or even it's just any place that's public. And also you want to account for everybody in the family in your group, and you want to verify safe routes, and you just want to always be prepared for anything. I know it's an enjoyable time. You want to just go out there and kind of like let your mind relax a little bit, but you still have to stay a little bit prepared.
How can students stay safe on social media over break and while traveling?
Well, over break, I know this is probably, it might fall on deaf ears, but, just unplug if you can for a little bit. I mean, I know it's the thing to do to stay in contact with your peers, but if you can unplug and still meet with your peers, like at a park or, a restaurant, something like that, at the movies, bowling alley, that's always good. So you can actually have some face-to-face time with them like you do at school. And also you don't want to give out any personal information. You don't want to give out your last name, address, school info. I know a lot of times you want to tag. The main thing is turn off your location and your settings, because a lot of times, even if you take a picture, that picture shows your location. So you just want to be really aware of that, and, just no cyberbullying, just be kind. But like I said, just try to, even when I don't have to, I'll put that device down, just give it a rest. So,
how can kids stay safe in the water over spring break?
Well, if you go someplace like a beach or something, you just want to make sure that you're aware of the low tide and the water warnings, because you may think it's not bad, but the lifeguards, they've probably gone out there to test the water and make sure, because you don't want to get hurt. I don't want to see anybody get hurt in the water. You always want to have a buddy with you. You never want to go in the water alone. And if you're on a boat or something like that, and even if you're a strong swimmer, just make sure if you don't have a life vest on, that you know where a life vest on the boat is located so you can get it on right away.
If I'm traveling abroad to another country, what are some common safety practices?
Well, you want to carry local currency. You don't want to go out on your own because, it's something that's unfamiliar. It's not like around here. They have different customs, different language. You want to write down important questions or phrases and the local language so you can. And I know a lot of times, most of the phones, they have apps that'll help you out. So if you need to ask certain questions, try to have an app downloaded already, because if you get out there and you need to do it, but you have poor service, then you're kind of like, behind the eight ball. So if you can do that before you even get to your destination, try to do something like that.
Can you tell us about the general safety tips when traveling to an unfamiliar place?
Well, you just want to have increased awareness of your surroundings. You don't want to explore by yourself. Like I said, even if it's somewhere local, in Chicago, it's a pretty big town, pretty big city. You don't want to get separated from your group, and now you're in a situation by yourself where you could be victimized or something like that. And you just always want to make sure an adult or your parent knows where you are. That's a good one. If you could share your location with your parents, you have like, what is it? Life 360 or something like that, or Google, because I even have that for my son, and he's a grown man, but I still was like, hey, just let me know, because he has my location, I have his location, because you never know, something can happen, and he may not be able to let me know where he's at, but if I have that app, I can, at least that's a point to start.
What are your spring break plans?
Well, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna miss you guys. You guys keep my day interesting. It makes it very easy to come to work because I get to interact with you guys. Also, the staff is great. But I'm gonna watch March Madness because this is my time of year. I love basketball, especially college basketball. Relax, recharge, spend time with my wife, my son, my mom, family, stuff like that. Just have lots of fun, good times. Hopefully the weather is nice. You get a little outdoor time, a little vitamin D from the sun. So, yeah.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
There is one thing I like to add. It's a safety measure. It deals with AirPods and students' ears, and also when the students have hoodies on. The main thing is with the AirPods, I know a lot of times students think that we're just trying to, harass them, or not even harass them, but just be on them or something. But the main thing with the AirPods is when we do have a lockdown, if we do have a lockdown, it comes over the PA. And if you have something in your ear, it could actually hinder you from being able to hear the lockdown and the instructions and stuff like that. So we mainly want to keep you safe. And that's the thing with the hoodies also. Say somebody does get into the school, the main thing they're going to try to do is conceal their identity. And usually that's with a hood or a mask or something like that. If you have a hood on, the reason we tell you to take your hood off is because we want to make sure that you're not the person that got into the school and should not be in the school. So we're not trying to just bother you or stuff like that when we say, hey, can you take your AirPods out or headphones or whatever and keep your hood off. It's a safety issue, and we just want you guys to be safe. I want you guys to be safe.
Mm-hmm. That wraps up this episode of Cooley's Corner.
Have fun and safe spring break.
Bye.
Guys, take care. Have a good time.